What's going on, everybody, and let's get into the video. So essentially, Snow White comes out tomorrow night, Thursday night, really premieres on Friday, which is March 21st, 2025, and the official reviews are in, and here is the first critic score from Rotten Tomatoes, and exactly like I said, people were getting paid to say things, or at least they wanted to get invited to the next one. 48%.
What the hell is even that?
You don't say, so it's considered rotten, like I said. People thinking, oh, Rachel Zegler is great, blah, blah, blah. She can't save this movie. Her political ties were way too big, and it ruined it for her. So, without further ado, we're going to go over the entire screen and go over a bunch of different reviews. So, let's get right into it. So, we're at the top of the page. All critics. Starting off with James Mottram. More bland than brave, this corporate-sanctioned, committee-made children's film does not come close to achieving the classic status afforded its animated predecessor. 2 out of 5. David Poland. I don't hate the movie. I was deeply frustrated with the movie. Nowhere more than with the screenplay. It felt like 3 or 4 movies having what people saw as the best parts slammed together the little kids won't mind, so like a compilation. Now, Kenneth R. Moorfield, One More Film blog. It is not exactly a hot take or a new take to suggest that early buzz surrounding a film may be based on something other than neutral aesthetic and artistic judgment. 3.5 out of 5. Okay, here's a good one. Rosa Parra, the Latino slant. Snow White is a magical, enchanting, and vibrant live-action Disney adaptation. Anchored by Ziegler's star power performance, the story conveys a much-needed message. Kindness is a lost virtue that the world desperately... 9 out of 10. So I'm going to give you guys good ones and bad ones, and we're just going to see what we can get. Let's see. Okay. Elliot Collins. What could have been a magical reimagining of a beloved classic is instead a middling film with the Snow White adaptation's inability to balance character depth and campy flair, ultimately detracting from its overall impact. Is there a good one? Top critic Odie Henderson. I had high hopes that Snow White would make me happy. Instead, this dopey remake made me sleepy and grumpy. Diego Battle of the Ostracins.com. Mark Webb's Snow White entertains without any great discoveries. It's watchable and flows seamlessly between decent musical numbers and a lavish visual display, but the final feeling is one of wanting more. But you gave it a 3 out of 5.
Weird.
Super weird.
I just want a 10. I want to see a 10. 13 out of 20. It isn't great. It isn't terrible. It's just fair. Let's look at the top critics. I had high hopes, 1.5 out of 4. The most distracting flaws are rooted in the problematic recreation of animated material. The permanent magic hour lighting is hard to look at. Worst of all, the decision is cartoonize the dwarves alongside human actors is hugely problematic. Once again, top critic, 3 out of 5. A fascinating case study in today's impossible contradictions, a magic mirror reflecting the tensions of a current time. Here's one, Linda. A visually stunning, thematically rich adaptation that successfully modernizes the classic tale. This is a fairy tale for a new generation, one that reminds us all of power of courage, kindness, and believing in a better... Okay, you lie.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
You're just lying. You're just lying. I just want one that says Gal Gadot is good. We could play a drinking game doing that, but the chirpy, vivacious, just romantic enough to get by, Snow White proves to be an exception to the rule. Nobody's liking it. Zegler does not. Oh. Andrew Burnap as the handsome not prince Jonathan proves a real comedic asset. Rachel Zegler does not. But her vocals regularly astound. Gadot excels on neither of those fronts, but at least she looks the part. Well, there's our Gal Gadot one. A disorientating take on a film whose success relied as much on its elegance as its beauty, and yet Thanks to Sunny songstress Rachel Zegler, there is a talented through line still obvious amidst the mess. Is there any good ratings? Like, I'm B-. 1 out of 5. It represents a new low for cultural desecration and for a venerable 102-year-old entertainment company that now looks at its source material with a pinch of nose of disgust. Those otherwise estimable performers, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, are now forced to go through the motions, and they give the dullest performances of their lives. So there's not a single good review. I just want... Can I get a good review? I just want one good one. Like, actually good. I've yet to see... Nobody said anything. I mean, look, dude. C+, 3 out of 4, 13 out of 20. It's fairly enjoyable musical romp that has sadly been affected by outside forces that threaten to derail a mediocre film. Well, there you have it. Well, it seems like that's really all. I'll be seeing Snow White on Friday with my daughter. She's actually really excited to see it, so I'm hoping it's not too bad and I can sit through it and not fall asleep. But they got some cool popcorn buckets, so I'll be sure to grab a couple of those for the review. As always, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you guys are going to be seeing the film. What are your box office predictions? I think we're going to get, I'm going to say 300 million. That's my guess. And if we get a Gal Gadot praise, dude, that'll be the day. Have a great one.